Well, everybody, welcome back to Ashley and Pete Travels. We find ourselves in Philadelphia again, and we're gonna see what we get into today, but I'm gonna start the day at Tony and Nick's Steaks right by the stadiums in South Philly. Welcome all friends, hello new friends, let's go on an adventure together. So most people would come here for a cheesesteak, and I come here for their pepper and egg sandwich. So this used to be called Tony Luke's, but now it's Tony and Nick's. So you can get all the Philly favorites here, from cheesesteaks, you know, my favorite pepper and egg, pork sandwiches, anything you need, anything Philly, Tony and Nick's. Oh my God, and here it is, pepper, egg. Oh, it's amazing. I didn't even film myself taking a bite, but I ate the whole sandwich. Oh my God, pepper and egg is my favorite sandwich, especially when I come to Philly. And Peter always wants to get pork sandwiches, so I never get my pepper and egg. Today I finally did. All right, we just made it to the stop that I wanted to show you guys today. It is one of the most haunted places in America. It's Eastern State Penitentiary. This was used as a penitentiary up until the 1970s. A lot of people died there, and again, it's one of the most haunted places in the country. So let's go in. And this is in just Center City, Philadelphia, right down from the Art Museum, the Rocky Steps. It's about 3 blocks away, this gigantic building. Yes, it's extremely creepy. One of the inmates to most notably serve time here was gangster Al Capone, and you can actually check out his cell. So this is just the entrance, and it's this creepy already. So here's kind of the inside. I think you can go into all these cell blocks too. Yeah, this is the creepiest place in Philadelphia. Oh my gosh. Here is basically what a cell looks like. All the latest amenities. Like, at least you got some skylights. But yeah, this place is creepy, run down. I mean, look at the ceiling. They really don't touch anything in here. They just kind of give you an audio guide and say, go check it out. So all of these halls lead into a center called the Rotunda, and I think I'm heading that way now. These are all cells that would have been used. Okay, so here it is, Al Capone's cell, recreated. Actually looks pretty nice. Very nice inside. This was where Al Capone spent time. It's just really a neat place to visit. Now I'm inside the Rotunda. It leads to all the different cell blocks around here, but this is the central hub of the entire prison. So on this little map here, we are right there. And a few of these cell blocks are actually 2-story and can, I believe, go up. So we're gonna go up. Now at night, this place is terrifying. It really is creepy. You can imagine. So this is the top. And all of these would have been more cells. Now for reference, I am 5'3", and this door is the same height as me. If you were a 6-foot tall person, going through this door, you'd have to duck down. I know there's a kiddo screaming, but just look. Oh, it's just creepy. And like I said, this prison was used until the 70s. This is an area where obviously public cannot go, but that's what most of this prison looked like when it was turned into kind of a museum about 30 years ago. And again, here's some more creepy hallways for you guys to gander at. So this hall's pretty empty, pretty quiet. You can see the second floor up there with even more cells. And here's some cells down here. It's just untouched. And the crazy thing is there were inmates that stayed here that are still alive today, and a lot of the stories along the walls are their stories. So, you know, 40, 50 years ago, you wouldn't have seen that backdrop. But now you can see kind of the skyline of Philadelphia behind some of these walls. That would have been some of the guard tower, and another guard tower up there. But every single corner of the prison kind of has a place for guards to watch out and make sure there's no escaped inmates. So right here is the solitary exercise yard. So if you were in solitary confinement, this is where you got to go outside to kind of see the sun. This is it. By yourself. So Eastern State Penitentiary was built in the early 1800s for a whopping sum of $780,000. Now today's day, $780,000 is like a big house, but back in the early 1800s, Eastern State Penitentiary quickly became one of the most expensive buildings in America. So this would have been the hospital wing, which I'm really disappointed this isn't open, because this is one place that I've always wanted to see inside this prison here. But and then if we go this way, it should lead us right back to the rotunda. Yep. Now this cell here, actually, see, it still has its bed. Many of the cells, a lot of the stuff is taken out except the commode, but this one still has a bed and a mattress. Another thing to note, that there's no heating in here, there's no AC in here, so in the winter it would get very cold, and in the summer it would get insanely hot. So this area right behind me is one of the very few areas that's painted. And the reasoning is this was used in Bruce Willis's 1995 film 12 Monkeys, specifically this space right here. So they did clean it up a little bit just in this area. But you will notice it definitely looks different than the rest of the prison because they needed it for filming. Out in the yard outside is where they filmed the second Transformers film. Inside right in this room is where they filmed 12 Monkeys. So here you go, here's the films filmed here. I was here this day. I came to the set on that day I was there. So here's some more of the cells. There's a car in here. How the hell did they get a car in here? You could definitely spend a lot of time in here checking all the sites out. There's a whole lot to see, especially in the yard. There's a lot, and they do have an audio tour, which I decided not to do today because I don't have much time in the city. But you know, there's plenty of time that you can spend in Eastern State Penitentiary and learn a lot about the history of this place. So this is actually a restored synagogue within the penitentiary here. This is what it may have looked like to inmates from the 1800s all the way up until the 70s. And this is the front and also the exit. Really interesting place to come visit. Highly recommend Eastern State Penitentiary because, again, they haven't fixed it up. They haven't done anything to it. It's exactly what it would have looked like. And there's not too many places around that give you those vibes, those feelings. Definitely check this out.